Hey Libra, welcome back to another morning inspo. I'm Auji and this is Sacred Libra, where we talk all things Libra. I already have your affirmation and it is, I am perfect just the way I am. It says, what do I love most about myself? How do I show gratitude for the person I am? I am perfect just the way I am. Yes, you are, Libra. Yes, you are. How are you guys doing today? Today I'm going to be going into the Earthcraft Oracle. Let me show you guys the deck. Okay. So let's get right into it. What message the Spirit has for Libra? What message the Spirit has for Libra today? What message the Spirit has for Libra? That is so powerful. Rise. Did y'all just feel that? Like, what message the Spirit has from Libra? Rise. You have permission to get up from all of the wounds, from the darkness, from everything you've been through. You have permission to rise, to soar, to fly higher than you've ever flown before. You have that permission to do that. You have the Spirit of the East, which is the air element, okay? And this is about your mental state, your clarity, truth, new beginnings. This is a time where you need to come in. Oh, this is juicy. I know that's right, Spirit. Say, what is the message? What message the Spirit has for Libra in this rise? Spirit wants you to get to know yourself. It's time you got to know you the way Spirit knows you and rise from that. Whatever that is. Whatever it is. Whenever you take it, if you resonate, it's time for you to rise from it. Oh wow, Spirit is definitely talking to you. You have the wild winds at the bottom of the deck. It says, do you hear the whispers in the wind? Have you ever been alone in nature when suddenly you hear a word or a sound but no one is there? Earth Mama speaks to us in many ways, but it takes time and practice to hear her with clarity. At first you may wonder if it is your mind playing tricks on you. Do not allow doubt to block the wisdom of the earth. The Wild Winds card commonly appears when the spirit or the universe has sent you messages in the form of synchronicities or patterns like reoccurring numbers, symbols, colors, shapes that you missed. This card is a nudge to open your senses to the messages that you have been closed off to. Sometimes a message can be so clear that it becomes overwhelming. Other times messages can be so subtle, but that you must be completely calm and still to see them. Either way, you're being called to make sense of the little clues being left for you. To do so, you must listen to your heart and trust that you know what is being presented to you. Don't overthink the synchronicities that come into your life. Don't try to approach them with logic and reason. Feel them in your spirit and know that your first instinct is often the correct one. Okay? It's time to get up. It's time to get up. Some of you guys may need to spend some time in nature, but it's time to get up. Spirit said rise. It's time for you to know who you are. It's like Spirit said you can get up from this. Rise. It's time for you to know. And it's like, are you aware of your own power? Are you self-aware of what you're fully capable and equipped to do? What is Libra feeling? Whoa, that was powerful. Karmic debt, that's why. What is Libra feeling? Offerings. Oh. Libra. Some of you guys have definitely been through something, but you paid off this karmic debt. Now it's time. Now it's like, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. I love it. I love that I'm getting this and I'm actually giving it to you. So thank you. There are some lower vibrations all around you. You're feeling like that you're paying some type of karmic debt right now. You could feel like things are just happening to you. Some of you guys could feel like you're in the worst position, or some things are going around you that is, they're just chaotic right now. It's like you can have toxic people in your life, and this is what the furnace, it's the outside, it's what has manifested in your exterior, your outside world. This is what's manifested in your outside world. And for some of you guys, you've paid that karmic debt. That was your offering. That was something that you paid. For some of you guys, you feel like you went through it. And this is, for some of you guys, you may be thinking like something has something to do with you internally. But what you don't know is that it's a lot of external things happening around you. You're at the top of the mountain. You've gotten through it. For some of you guys, you feel like you've gotten through it. You feel like that karmic debt, you paid it, and you paid that into the you paid that karmic debt, okay? And now it's like, now that's off your history. It's gone. It's deleted off your history, and it's gone. And now it puts you in alignment with other things. Okay, and I feel like that message for spirit, that it's like, okay, you could have been through a time period. For some of you guys, this is a time coming. Now, everything in your life may not have been going wrong. Okay, so if I say that karmic debt, like it's been a long time. For some of you guys, you think you probably look like that card crying for a long time, but no, everything in your life probably haven't been going bad. But there could have been an area where you felt like this thing is just, I am just going through it in this area in my life, and that karmic, that is over. For some of you guys, it has a lot to do with relationships, because a lot of it is manifesting into relationships, whether they're intimate relationships or whether relationships that are just mutual, where it's like it's a ball, so it's a person at work, or it's a rude, like you're having these rude encounters with strangers. What does Libra need to release? Spiritual journey. Time for you to go into that. So it's time for you to trust it. For some of you guys, it's time for you to release resistance around your spiritual journey and trust it. There's a new beginning happening. For some of you guys, you can have a tendency to be a little bit, what I could say, superficial. And that could be blocking you, or materialistic, or just, I would say closed-minded in these areas. With the Ivy here, this is also release the mindset that things are going to be negative, because now the Ivy is relationships connecting rapidly, like connections, positive relationships. So now you just came from a point where you've seen how the negative, how that manifested outside of yourself. Now you get to a place where the positive start connecting the dots, and that start manifesting outside of yourself. But I do feel like it's time for you to release the restrictions, or release the resistance around the spiritual journey, and get to this place where you open up to a new beginning. And the reason why you don't see it is because there's some type of chaos. There has some type of chaos mixed to it, or maybe you feel chaotic inside. Maybe it's not making you feel kind of stable, maybe this new way, but it's almost like release. Let it happen. For some of you guys, it's like let it happen to you. Just let it happen. Spirit wants you to remember that you are sacred. You are sacred. What is coming towards Libra today? What is coming towards Libra today? Connections. Connections are coming towards you today. Peace also. New beginnings. Still have the spirit of the east. Definitely could be an earth sign or an air sign. Seeing a lot of earth and air here. So definitely these are new beginnings, clarity, truth, true connections, peaceful connections, loyal connections. These are connections that are growing and expanding. That could be growing and expanding you. And it's time for you to grow and expand. Spirit said it's time for you to grow and expand. It's time for you to rise. It's time for you to fly. So for that's butterfly gang. So for some of you guys, this is you coming out of your cocoon. It's like Spirit is saying, rise. You've been through it. You've paid your karmic debt. Now it's time for you to fly. It's time for you to see what flying feels like. And I just said you done been through it all. Got the warrior woman up front. You done been through it all. The warrior woman has been through some tough shit. But the key word is she's been through it. The wait is over. The wait is over. What is the major blockage? What is the major blockage? The sight. What you're seeing. Not even what you're seeing, is what you're perceiving it as. And the ceremony. The sight. Some of you guys have a blocked vision. For some of you guys, what's blocking you is looking off into the future. Looking off into the future and not taking the sacredness of the moment, not slowing down in the moment, not exuding this earth, this patience. Is some of you guys, you're so quick to jump over. So you're thinking about the publishing a book before you even write the book. But some of you guys, it takes steps. Okay, it's actual steps that you have to do. All right. That's great to have big dreams. That's great to be, wild and ecstatic about something, but there are steps that you have to take. You can't go all the way down the line. You have to take these practical steps. And the key is to this, that a lot of people don't do it because their mind is at that end and they don't want to take these steps. It's like the beauty of the process. It's not about, I was just watching, this is so crazy. I was just watching this somewhere. And it was like, it's not about getting to the end goal, because once you get, if you've ever done a goal in your life, if you've ever told yourself, I'm gonna get to point B, and you get to point B, once you get to point B and all the ceremony is over, it's like, okay, what next? Your brain and your mind is hungry for more. So you're going to always be striving. So it's never about the goal. What it is, it's always about the process. It's like the process is what you have to fall in love with. All of that stuff is going to come if you just fall in love with the process. So if the process is, and the process is so simple, I learned this and I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have known this when I was younger. I wish I would have known this back then. I would be like a billionaire. But The process is what you fall in love with. So for some of you guys, your mind is focused on the outside goal, when this is the sacred work. The right now in the building, this is the sacred work. Okay. Spirit is telling you to be patient. Rise. You're ready to rise. Get up. Some of you guys are focused on what it's going to look like, what it's going to be, trying to make control over of what it is going to be. But Spirit said rise. So you will rise. You have risen. Who or what is helping Libra? Who or what is helping Libra? The shift. It could also be a divine masculine helping. 4 is tears. The shift. Lots of tears. Lots of things. Lots of connections. Lots of relationships involving these people. Birth. These are birthing new things. There could also be a person. Like I said, there's pregnancy really, really big. And for us, I feel like it's just really, really big in the energies right now. There's a new beginning here. For some of you guys, there is a new beginning. For some of you guys, there's somebody looking back at a person who's just about to move on, no matter wherever you are in that situation. Or somebody's looking back at a person who, it's like both people are parting ways in that last type of look back. Tell me what y'all think. Okay. So these forest tears, are you allowing yourself to cry? This time, this period is for you to allow yourself to feel, to be tender. For some of you guys, it's time for you to be tender and feel those things. Also, I feel like through your feelings, you're able to make a clearer decision, a decision with more clarity than you would have without feeling your feelings, without getting in this place. So this space, this pause, you're in the perfect position to gain some clarity over the matter and how you really feel about something. Possibly your connections that you're growing and you just feel it. There's a new beginning that you're pondering about. A lot of you guys should have divine masculine, divine feminine written all over it. But I feel like somebody is definitely taking time to pause to really think about how they feel about a certain person. Really think about how you feel about that person. How did you feel about them? Really, if you're stuck up on the person. But for some of you guys, for a lot of you guys, it's way deeper than that. It's like how you feel about life in general, what you've been through. How'd you feel? You had rise. How'd you feel about dying? Because some of you guys went through a death. How did that feel? Tell me more about who or what is hurting Libra. Who or what is hurting Libra? Spiritual journey. Got this again. Who or what is hurting Libra? In the shift. For some of you guys, release the restrictions. Release the resistance around the spiritual journey, getting into the spiritual journey, tapping in. For some of you guys, you're waiting on a sign. For some of you guys, what is hurting you is you think that like I said, there's end goal. That end goal. You think that there's going to be some type of end goal to something, or A spiritual journey is never complete. We always go through these things of like, am I on the right path? Am I on the spiritual journey? Am I doing this? We're always ascending. Like I said, every time you go to a goal, the human body is just, the brain, the mind is so advanced. It's going to want more. It's going to keep on. It's going to keep on challenging you. It's designed to do that. So, or the heart is going to keep on challenging you. And it's designed to do that. And the spiritual journey is going to always continue. So some of you guys, you could be beating yourself up, especially in this pause, and especially while you're going through this death. Like I said, how did that feel? It's time for you to feel it. Feel the effects of it. Feel exactly what it is that you've been through. Have you sat down and just felt it, and you got forest tears? Have you sat down and just felt it? For some of you guys, you feel like something is slowing down your spiritual journey. No, that is the spiritual journey. That's the pause on the journey. To try to speed it up would be you neglecting the spiritual journey. It'd be you doing your own thing. And last but not least, what are the next steps for Libra? What are the next steps for Libra? Sacrifice. You are sacred. Some of you guys are going to have to make a sacrifice. And the mountain. You have reached the top of the mountain. Okay? Through darkness. Through darkness, of course. It's been just very dark here. The seer, and I would say not like on a just grand scheme of things, but I feel like most of us been finding the light in the dark tunnel. Even though we're focused on the light, we are very aware that we're in the dark tunnel. Okay, so I do feel like there's a lot of there's more sacrifice for some of you guys. There's going to be something that you have to let go. Of course, with the toxic relationships and things outside of yourselves. Also be honest about what you do have space in your life for. You have to be honest with yourself about that. Treat yourself with respect. You are sacred. You are a sacred being. You can't just throw yourself out there. You're not just anybody. You're not just anybody. Okay? You are a sacred being. Make sure you take care of yourself. You take care of your body. Okay? Love on yourself. You may need to give yourself self-hugs, just like in this picture. Okay? Also, you do have the mountain. You have reached the top of the mountain. It's time to embrace your personal power. It's time to... You have reached the mountain top. Like, it's time for you to embrace. You don't need anything or anyone to step into your greatness. You can rise on your own. Okay? Spirit said rise. Okay? So, it's time. It is time. All right? So, those are the messages that I have for you guys today. I hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, make sure you give this reading a big thumbs up. And make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.